Hello again. Well, hasn't it been a long time since I've done one of these? You're gonna hear, I'm just like right now, I've got the window open because it's like a million degrees in Manchester. And it's only gonna get hotter. We're gonna have like record breaking heat here over the next week. And it feels like we've already got it now, to be honest. I've got the window open. There's about that building site that you'll remember from the very first videos is still ongoing. It'll be going for about fucking 10 years by the looks of it. I mean, they are making progress, but God, it's loud. I mean, it wakes me up on my weekend. You know, I want to have a lie in, and regardless if I have the window open or closed, it'll wake me up. Um, I need to get back in the groove of it. It feels like I already am because I'm talking nonsense at the start of the video, like I always do. Where have I been? That's the big question on everyone's mind. All 15 of you are all wondering where I've been. Nah, I'm not saying that in a sarcastic way. I'm glad that 15 people have subscribed. The Beach Boys video is nearly up to 200 views, which is actually incredible. I very much enjoy that people are watching. The channel in general is up to nearly 1,000 views. So I'm glad that people are now actually getting involved and watching and subscribing. And if this is the first video you're watching, as always, like and subscribe, get involved. You know, I want to try and build a kind of little community around this. Actually, it's fun. I enjoy doing it. You'd think I wouldn't enjoy doing it because I haven't done it in 3 months, and I'll tell you why I haven't done it in 3 months. That's because a couple of things. Well, work has gotten out of control. It's busy, really busy now. So it's one of those, when you work quite a stressful job and you end up taking it home with you, or you end up staying late hours just to get things done. You know, I'm in bed already preempted and thinking about what's going to happen the next day. That's what work is for me at the moment. But yeah, that's kind of got on top of me. That should fade away after in the next two to 3 months. It'll start to get calm, and I'll be able to have more energy to do more of this. Not to say that I'm not going to try and do more again now. I want this to be my grand comeback. Now I've got a desk, I've got a little area set up to do it. I used to just do it on the kitchen table. Now I've got my own desk, my own little space in the flat to do it. And we're going to start doing it. The other reason I've been away is my good friend Nick Draper. There'll be some images now coming onto your screen. There's me and him there. Met in uni, being friends for about 7 or 8 years. He's now moved into the penthouse suite with me in Manchester. So it's for the last 2 or 3 months, it's just been a revolving door of money and drugs and hot Latina women, just constant. That's not true. None of that's true. It's just been we've been playing games and watching films. I mean, last weekend we watched the entire the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies. That's basically what we've been doing. You know, he doesn't work at the moment for good reason. I mean, he's a biomedical scientist, and he's just been pushing through this last bit of certification, so it'll take him to the next band so that he can be on more money and get a better job. So there was no real reason for him once he got here to be looking for jobs until that was done, because he'd get a job and then he'd be immediately looking to leave it and get a better one. So he's just kind of been bumming it out, chilling out at home, which is nice for him. But at the same token, I go to work, I come home. I've got this tiny bit of sliver of energy left that I might want to put into a tier list or some music, and I've just been coming home. I'm the first person he's spoken to in the whole day, so he's got all this pent up energy. Oh my God, Jordan, you want to play games? You play Rocket League or Isaac, or do you want to watch a film or watch a series? We're watching Banged Up Abroad for ages. That was a thing in the house. We watched like 3 episodes of Banged Up Abroad every night. But yeah, it's reached a point now. The fun is coming to not coming to an end. I mean, that sounds horrible. The fun's not coming to an end, but I'm going to start pulling myself away every so often to do one of these because I miss doing it. I enjoy doing it. Yeah. So what are we doing today? We're doing "Please Please Me" by the Beatles. Jordan, why? Why do you insist on doing Beatles all the time? Because I know the Beatles. Because I like the Beatles, and I've done independent reading and watched so many documentaries on the Beatles that I can kind of trill on what I'm saying, and it does a lot to say. I mean, there's a lot of Beatles lore, so it's quite easy for me. It'll be a good one for me to kind of just get back into the rhythm of things. So we'll give it a go. We'll give this a go. Yeah, I've done about 3 or 4 versions of this today. Not the full thing. I got about 10 minutes into the first 3 and wrecked them, and then I got about half an hour in to the 4th one, and then I dropped it out about 3 times in a row like an idiot, and I was just like, you know what, this is cursed, this one. So hopefully this will be the final take. This will be the final take, and we'll crack on. Okay, please me. There won't be any covers on this one. I don't have the energy. I only woke up about an hour ago. I've not even eaten yet. I just thought I woke up and I thought, if I don't fucking do this today, I won't do it at all. So I'm just gonna do it, get it done, get it out, and then hopefully by next weekend or midweek I'll have another one that's a bit more like what we usually do with covers and music, lyric spotlights, and a little bit more flavour. But I think this one will just be a basic run-of-the-mill Jordan Clark music tier list. What I do want to do is, I've had loads of ideas for this since I've not been doing it. I will at some point reveal to you my face. I mean, I just did a little bit there on the images, but yeah, I might pop my, if you can see my mouse, I might just pop my head down here moving forward, and then I just need to get a little webcam for that. Well, a decent one though, a little camera. And that'd be good. You can see how excited I get when I talk about songs that slap. I saw her standing there as the first song. Doodle-doodle-doo. When I saw her standing there, it's Tiffany. I made these images about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna have to try and remember where I am with them and who they are. She was just a 17, if you know what I mean. It's McCartney, this, isn't it? Retrospective assessment. Maybe I should start saying that at the end instead of final synopsis. My retrospective assessment. Yes, it's McCartney. So McCartney opens the album. One thing I will say straight off the bat about this album is, for a long time, I love Paul McCartney. I think Paul McCartney's the best Beatle. And for a long time, I wondered, why do people think John's the leader? I don't get it. Is it because he's the oldest? Is it because he kind of formed the band? I don't know. I'll tell you why people think he's the leader. It's because of this album. I mean, this album's John's album. I mean, I know I just said that Paul McCartney opened, but the majority of the best songs on this album are John. He does the best singing. He does the harmonica on the most recognisable songs. This really is John's album, and I can see why people would be like, alright, John's the leader, off the back of this. And it was quite a little unveiling for me, because I'd never really thought about it that way. Like I say, I always thought of these albums the first, in the same kind of way as the Beach Boys, is that the first few albums are kind of commodity music that don't really mean too much. They're there to serve that purpose. They're there for the masses to listen to. Quite easy lyrics, quite easy melodies to follow. But you have the songs on the albums as well, like Misery and Anna as well, which are the next two songs that are a little bit more poignant and have a little bit more emotion to them. But yeah, I can see anyway why John is considered the leader at the start of the Beatles, because this album is very much, he's at the forefront of it, and I think it's really cool. It gave me a kind of newfound respect for John, because he feels like the driving force on this album. Pretty cool. But yeah, she was just a 17, if you know what I mean. I think after I do this, I'm just going to go straight on Twitter and try and cancel Paul, because he can't be saying stuff like that, really, can he? In this climate, in 1964 or 3. So, basically with that line, it's a bit of tongue-in-cheek that, this girl's 17, but she's fit like... Say that now, yeah, I mean... The thing, I watched the Bill Burr special, the new Bill Burr special on Netflix, and he made a good point about, woke nonsense and cancel culture, is that you have to take in historical perspective. He was talking about the Sean Connery thing. Sean Connery was getting cancelled last year because he said that he'd occasionally, give his wife a smack or give her a little hit if she got out of line. Yeah, that's completely unacceptable, obviously, but... That's now. It's unacceptable now. It's always unacceptable. Sorry, let me rephrase. It's unacceptable to hit a woman for any reason, to hit anyone for any reason, But you've got to think, Sean Connery was growing up watching, this is what Bill Burr's saying, this isn't my opinion, Not to say that I don't believe in his opinion. I just don't want you to think that this is me coming up with it, because it's not. But Bill Burr was saying that Sean Connery would have been growing up watching these like the talkies in the tens and twenties and thirties, where a woman shows any kind of emotional distress, they give them a shot. Get what's wrong with you, woman, and give them a slap across the face. That's what he's grown up watching. So you're taking the historical perspective. That's why he would say such a thing. And it's the same kind of thing as Paul McCartney saying she was just 17, if you know what I mean. People were marrying women at 15, 16 in the 60s. And in a tongue-in-cheek way, he knows that that's not particularly, a good thing. But he's also saying, she's 17, but she is fit, I'd probably marry her if I could. But yeah, I think we should all cancel Paul anyway for saying that 60 years ago. If you know what I mean. But it's nonsense. Cancel culture, woke nonsense that I will not be getting involved in. I won't be getting involved in. It's a good song, in it. The picture is Tiffany. Tiffany did a cover, and it was awful. It's like a pop punk, a rock 80s weird shit song. She's got a raspy vocals, and it's like this drum heavy fucking song. She's like, I was just 17, and it's just like, ugh. It kills it. I mean, it just kills it. I'm sure she probably got like a number 4 in the charts or something for it, probably, but it's not that good, is it? But the Beatles version, the original version, it's kind of good. The bass is good. It's got like a good energy to it. And you've got Ringo's rock steady drums. The Ringo's drums on this album they're just good. There's nothing particularly special. Maybe Anna Goes to Him is a little bit special, a little bit different, but generally he's got good drums all through it. But yeah, it's fun. I think this is a good song. And I held her hand in mine, and they proper sing, they proper go for it. It's cool. You're hearing early Beatles harmonies here. That obviously they get so much better through the years and more refined. But the early Beatles harmonies and the early Beatles singing is interesting. You can hear them on it might be on this song or some of the others, where they kind of bumble into their harmonies, and some of them are out of time on occasion. And I think it's just an unusual thing to hear. The Beatles, so used to them being like so tight and meticulous in what they do, to hear them in their very early sort of infancy, kind of bumbling through some of the changes in songs and stuff like that. Let's say go back, listen to the album, and try and point out, try and see when they don't quite get the transition right and stuff like that. You can hear it on occasion, and to be fair to them, it was done over like a 16-hour. One session in 16 hours, a couple of like later overdubs for drums and stuff like that, but the basis and the foundation of the whole album was done in, oh my goodness, this building site is going insane, was done over 16 hours. So you can cut them a bit of a slack, but yeah, and then lastly, I guess this song, it's a banger. I mean, it's not slaps. It's not quite slaps. It opens the album. It's energetic. It's a banger. It's not a filler either. But this song is actually credited as McCartney Lennon, which is an interesting fact. I think there's only like 2 or 3 songs that are McCartney Lennon, and then Lennon McCartney became sort of the standard. Then, but yeah, there's a good song. It's all right. It's a good opener. What are we on? The world is treating me bad. Misery. That's Misery Chastain from Stephen King novel Misery, from the film Misery. It's a well good film there. A well good book as well. I've actually read the book. I'm big on my Stephen King. I haven't read Stephen King in ages, but I used to read a lot of him when I was a bit younger. My favourite is Salem's Lot, the vampire one. Unbelievable, that book. Actually scared me. There was a night where there's a scene in it, a passage in it, sorry, where the vampire is the lead vampire is floating outside this little girl's window, and he's doing his mind tricks on her, and she's only just about not falling for it. And I remember reading it with my lamp on, kind of in like a darkish room, and And once that passage was finished, I had to turn the big light on and turn the TV on and just have a lot of like, you know, light and stuff around me because I felt scared. It was weird. I felt actually scared. I would have been like not too young either. I would have been about 18, and I was shitting myself. That's beyond the point. The talking nonsense should be at the start of the video, Jordan, not during the middle. Misery's good, isn't it? It's you got that guitar at the start, brown, you know, and it's kind of like a standard back then for any sort of ballad was to do the little bit of this little guitar twang at the start. You know, it's like signifies we're going into a love ballad now, so do perk your ears up. You know, something that the Everly Brothers and people like that were doing. I think it's a nice song, and it kind of got all the little bit of the tropes and stuff of the time in it. You've got at the end of Misery, let's get the lyrics up. The world is treating me bad. Misery. Lyrics. Misery. Well, Maroon 5. I fucking hate Maroon 5. Does anyone else hate Maroon 5? Pop it down in the comments if you hate Maroon 5. The shit. Adam Levine. Sometimes a these cut so deep, but then seem you rather cover up. I don't know what I'm doing. I am sorry. I am in misery. There ain't nobody who can comfort me. Please tell me if anyone knows this song. Tell me if I was singing that correctly. Never heard it. Misery. Maroon 5. Misery, Beatles. Beatles. The Beatles. In misery. Oh, wow, misery. Ooh. I mean, it's stuff like that. I mean, it's cool that they're enjoying it, and you know, off the back of them enjoying it, I'm enjoying it. You know what I mean? I think it's a great little song. Really simple lyrics, but you know, it just slaps, doesn't it? It's just a slap. Whenever Misery comes on, I'm like, yeah, man, that's like an upbeat, fast ballad. That you mean something, I guess. John's saying, oh man, this girl's doing my head and I'm sad. So that's not one anyway. Let's move on. Man, I love the Misery film as well. There's a bit in it. Well, I don't know whether it's in the film, but in the book where the guy escapes the room and he's looking through, he found a way to be able to get in and out of the room, but he can't get away from the house because he's wheelchair bound. But he's going through pictures of her, and he's finding out more about her past. And she's actually taken hairs out of her head and put them between the pages so that if she can come home and see if he's gone through anything, because she'll see these little snapped hairs. It's just crazy. How does Stephen King come up with these weird little narratives? And I go to him. Anna, you come and ask me, girl. It's a good song, isn't it? This one's Arthur Alexander. I don't know. I think I preferred the Beatles version over Arthur. Again, I listened to this a while back now. I really should have had a refresher before I did this. But Arthur Alexander's a bit more soulful, isn't it? And it has some backing vocals with girls doing oohs and ahs. And there's the strings. I remember the strings being super nice. But I think I preferred the Beatles because the lyrics suit more being in time and having like a structured melody, whereas Arthur Alexander's a bit more soulful and he's kind of like, hey, Emma, you come and ask me, girl, and it's nice. I mean, it works, but I'm just gonna have a bit of coffee. But I think the Beatles version, I think having those lyrics more in time and more structured. Anna, you come and ask me, girl. You know, I think it just has more of a better flow to it. So I did prefer theirs, and it is probably one of my favourite songs on the album. I've wrote here one of my favourites might play. I won't be playing it. I had a little fiddle on the piano last night to see if I was still capable. I wouldn't be able to play and sing that at the moment. I'd have to practice a little more. But you know, I'll do a different piano song on the next video, perhaps. I mean, we look back at the Randy Newman I did. I don't particularly think that the songs I did on that on the piano were very good. I'm not very good on it anymore. I used to be quite good, but you know, it's practice, isn't it? Practice makes perfect. If you're not practicing enough, you won't be good. But yeah, I really like Anna. The little story here, little story time with Jordan, is when I went to uni. God, long time ago now. That 2014 I started uni. 8 years ago I started uni. Fucking hell. When I went to uni, I lived in this place called Needler Hall. Anyone who's watching who lived in Needler Hall in Hull, shout out. But yeah, I met this guy and this girl who I think they were on my course as well as living in my halls, or on some part of the course, because mine was split into like 4 different parts. We kind of like met up, and it was this guy and this black girl, and he was a guitarist and she was a sort of self-professed singer, like soul singer. And there was a piano room in the hall, and we were kind of like, you know what, why don't we go to the piano hall and just do a little jam, I'll go on the piano and him on the guitar, you sing. And we did, what we did is we got there and I was like, oh, we'll do Anna, because I'd been learning that on the piano at the time. And we did like an hour set in there, just us three, and we did a couple of renditions of Anna that were actually really fucking nice. And then we just never spoke again. We just left and never spoke again. Maybe they spoke again. Maybe they just dropped me and became like the Ting Tings or something. Maybe they got massive and left me out of it. But I just thought that's strange that we went together, us three, made this little piece of art together. We kind of bonded in a way, and then just never spoke again. I just thought that's a weird thing. But yeah, I like this song. I think it's nice, and the drums again, Ringo. This is one of the songs where it's not like a rock steady. It's more like it's kind of unique. He's done this like and it's cool. I mean, it's a little bit juxtaposing that you've got this piano doing its little trill, and then the drums that do something a little different and make it feel a little different. But yeah, it's nice. I like that one. I do like it. And I think it might just stay at the top there, to be fair, because it's the one that I always go to on this album. Go to him. Chains. Although Chains is a good one. I think I'd put Chains above Misery as well, but below Arthur Alexander and Anna. Chains is cool. It's written by Carole King, who is amazing. I've probably said this before in a video, but I want to do a Carole King album on here. Likely Tapestry, because Tapestry is awesome. But yeah, this song's really cool. I mean, she's just a good songwriter, isn't she? Carole King and Jeffrey Goffin, Jerry Goffin, sorry. But yeah, you want to see? I'll link it below. I'll try and remember to link it in the comments, in the description. But she does her own version of her own song in the end. She did it in like the 70s, and it's one of the coolest renditions of this. I mean, you wouldn't call it a rendition because it's her song, but it's kind of like this funk. You got like funk bassist, you got this keyboardist, and you got these two guys singing with her, and there's just a lot of good energy about it. It's like a real positive, energetic version of the song. I'll link it because I remember watching it and I was like, this is cool. This is super cool. George sings Chains, which is nice. I think it's a good George still, I always say when I'm on the Beatles ones, George is a little silent assassin. He's proper. He just comes out of nowhere, but he's good bits. I mean, even though it's not his song, he sings it really well. And yeah, I mean the Carole King version as well. It's got brass and stuff in it. It's so smart. But I like it. I mean, again, when Chains comes on, I'm not upset. I'm actually very happy. So that slaps for me. I think there's going to be a lot in slaps. So as we move along, we'll probably have to reorganise. Tiffany down there in Bangor. Okay, Boys. On one of the first run-throughs of this, I realised I hadn't had a picture for Boys, so I managed to get one. Boys is filler. I don't think it's that good. I like Ringo singing. I always like when Ringo sings. I think all the songs he sings are fun. Apart from the one he wrote. I listen for your footsteps coming up the drive. It's proper, like, I don't know, like, it's not very good song. But when he sings, he's got this kind of, I don't know, it always sounds like he's being cheeky all the time, or he's being sarcastic. Well, let me tell you about boys, yeah, let me tell you about boys, yeah. And I don't know, he's just got a very unique voice. Probably, I don't know, it's unique in a way that it isn't, if that makes any sense at all. Like, he's just got such a standard, regular singing voice that it's like, I don't know. I just like it. Anyway, I just like him singing. And it's the same on the later albums, you know, when he's doing, what would you do if I sang out of tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? You know, you can hear it in his voice that he's actually smiling when he's singing it, and it makes you smile. It's cool. Boys isn't their song, it's the Shirley song. Might have been written by Burt Bacharach as well. I don't know whether he was like a writer for them or just his own writer, but yeah, the Shirelles, I don't know, I don't like their version either. For some reason, I always thought it was cool to like the Shirelles, the Shirelles, I don't know how you say it. I think it's the Shirelles. But upon actually further listening to them, I don't particularly like them. I don't think the girl, the woman, the lead singer, what's her name, lead singer? Shirley's lead singer. Shirley Owens? Yeah, Shirley Owens? Dunno. She sounds drunk. She sounds drunk when she's singing. Go and listen to this. Maybe not Will You Love Me Tomorrow, actually, that's really nice. But go listen to this, Boys, and like Mr. Postman is one that I always thought. She sounds like she's just, you know, like downed a couple of Jaegers and she's feeling a little bit loose, you know. Oh, Mr. Postman. It's like that. I always thought, I don't know how she got away with it. No, that's harsh. No, she's not a bad singer, but I don't know. She feels like she's straining on Mr. Postman anyway, and on Boys. Boys sounds weird, but yeah, Boys is a filler for me. Oh, we're smashing through this. It's not going to be a 2-hour video like we used to do. I'm good. I feel like I'm into this. I feel like I've not lost my way too much in my like 3-month absence from this. Man, I wish I had sort of put together a little cover to pop in this video, but it's too early in the morning. Ask me why. Doodle 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 doo doo doo. That's that one, isn't it? I love you. Something like the Beatles, that to talk about love in songs. It's a bit weird. I always thought it was a bit strange that they do that. Lennon. This is a Lennon song. Ask me why, I'll say I love you, and I'll always be thinking of you. Okay, in that case, I actually think, because the melodies in this are amazing, I'm going to drop melody, I'm going to drop misery down. Ask me why, and I'll tell you what you want to know. I love you. I don't know what picture is Ask Me Why. Doodle 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 doo doo. I think it's this one. I love you. The doodle doo doo. Oh, I need to get the lyrics up because all I'm singing is the same 3 fucking lines. Ask Me Why lyrics. Skepta, perhaps. Okay, yeah. I can't believe this has happened to me. And I can't conceive of any more misery. Yeah, it's nice, and it is one of the nicer ones. And for an original as well, it actually moves really well, this song. Should never, never, never be blue. Do 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 do. Yeah, actually, I think I'm not gonna put it above Anna, but it's definitely certainly on par with it. I mean, if that's the best cover on the album, I think Ask Me Why is the best original. Sorry. Again, this goes further to show. I mean, like, you know, John's singing on this one, best singing on the album. John's writing and singing on this one, best original on the album. And then you've got Chains, which is fucking awesome, with George. But I think this song has the best melodies on the album, and it's got the best lyrics as well, actually, for that matter. It is John, isn't it? Yeah, Lennon. Yeah, I love this one. I'm always happy with this, and it's kind of it's got this weird. I think it's probably George Martin's influence, but it's got this weird the way they stop and start. It kind of. I'm trying to explain what I mean, but there's like a mix of genre in there. Like it's doing what it's doing, which is like 60s beat, kind of ballad. But then there's these little stops in it that kind of make it feel like it's like elevator music in a way. It's cool. It's got a lot of different things going for it. I do like it. It does slap. Please me. can't remember Please Please Me. I've written a lot about it. Please Please Me. Lyrics. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Does Paul write this one? Lennon and McCartney. It's good, isn't it? I think what I remember of it is that this is why the album's named after it, because it's probably the most original and most I was gonna say delicate, that's not the word, the most sort of like individual song on the album. Last night I said these words to my girl. You know, you kind of got these little bits that keep coming in and out. I know you haven't even tried, girl. Come on, come on. And then you got the back end. Come on, please, 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 oh yeah, like I please you. You know, so you've got like John singing these opening words. I think it's John. And then you've got, it's John or Paul, either or, and then the other one comes in on the commands, and then George comes in on the please please me, oh yeah, and it's just real good energy, like real cool energy. John's just sick on the harmonica. I mean, I think it goes underrated what he can do on the harmonica. I can't do that on the harmonica. I'm a very basic harmonica player. I think John said of this song that he wanted to write something that was that Roy Orbison would write, and you can hear it. I think that really is done well. I think if George has come into this going, I want to do a Roy Orbison song, he's pretty much done a Roy Orbison song, and that's the thing actually. Let's see, if Roy Orbison, please, oh my life, did he do it? Roy Orbison. In the style of Roy Orbison. So I wanted to see if Roy Orbison had actually done a cover. Now that would have been cool. No, but he hasn't. But yeah, you got the cool stuff, like the call and response on the come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And it's really good. It's upbeat. It really works. I think it's great. Cool. Yeah, I like that one. Please please me. Where did I put it? Oh, it's Winnie the Pooh. I'll put it above Chains. I couldn't think of anything to put as Please Please Me. I could have just chosen the album cover, really, but I don't know, I just went for Winnie the Pooh. Oh bother. That's that one. Yeah, I think that's a good song, and it's one of the better songs, isn't it? And that's why the album's named after it. Love Me Do. I don't really like Love Me Do that much. I mean, even though it was like their first big hit. There's a picture of Pete Best. I'm gonna put it here. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yeah, Pete Best. Let's talk about Pete Best for a second. Wouldn't you just be absolutely devastated to have missed out on being in the Beatles? I mean, he's probably made enough money off some of the early stuff that he drums on, because I think it's either that he is the drummer on this version of the song, or he's a drummer on another version, or something. I don't know. But man, I would be devastated if I was Pete Best, because it was only his own fault, wasn't it? That he didn't really take it very seriously. He didn't take the band seriously. He just preferred to whatever. Like this might be misinformation, so I am sorry, but he just doesn't really that arsed. He just show up to the gigs and do what he needed to do, like the smoke and a drink or whatever, and he wasn't really prepared to put the time and effort in to do it. And they were like, well, get out then, like, we actually want to make it big. Yeah, I'd be pretty upset with myself if I'd done something like that. Yeah, Love Me Do. Love Me Do. Only about fucking like 16 words in the song, isn't it? It's easy, isn't it? The drums are nice. Whoever did them. I mean, it's Pete Best, Ringo, and someone else on the overdubs. But I don't know who's actually in the original. Do tell me below in the comments. And do tell me if my opinions or what I'm saying about Pete Best is wrong. Because I'm pretty sure that's what I've read or heard. That Pete Best just wasn't willing to put the effort in. And they were just like, fuck him off. Yeah, Love Me Do. I just find it unusual that that was the big hit off this album because there are so many better songs, but maybe it's just a uniqueness thing. It is just a unique, different song, isn't it? But that's all I really have to say about Love Me Do. I don't really have that much to say about it. I've never really dug it that much, but if there's a reason why I should be into it, tell me, tell me. But I've never thought it was that good. It's kind of like She's So Heavy. It's like the preamble to She's So Heavy off Abbey Road. This dead simple song with about fucking 12 words in it. P.s I Love You. I can't remember what one that is. So P.s I Love You is Hilary Swank. Well, I can't remember the song, quite frankly. So let's P.s I Love You. The lyrics. Oh yeah, this is Paul McCartney, isn't it? Majoritively. As I write this letter, send my love to you. Remember that I'll always be in love with you. Treasure these few words till we're together. Keep all my love forever. Yeah, I think Paul McCartney said to this that he, it was just a basic, people write songs about letters. This was mine. Kind of cool. I mean, I've done that before. I've been like, what did I write about? One of my songs is called I Miss You, which is just about someone dying and you ruminating about it, thinking about it. And I think it is in the same kind of vein, isn't it? It's just that, this is a song that people write. I'm going to do my own version. That's what Paul McCartney's done. It's cool. I like it. I do like P.s. I Love You, I think. As far as letters go, I think Why Don't You Write Me by Sam and Garfunkel is one of the best letter songs I've ever heard. What's the one by Elvis Presley? The Postman one. Hold on. Elvis Presley. That's probably my favourite, actually. Elvis letter song. Letterbox. The Elvis letter now. You put my mail in the mailbox. Brum, brum, ba-dum, bum. She wrote upon it. Return to sender. Return to sender. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Address unknown. No such number. No such soul. I need to do an Elvis Tierlist. That'd be cool. You hear me do my Elvis impression like for ages and ages. No such a number. There's a little boy in the hand clothes. Doodle-doo. In the ghetto. And then I'll stop doing it now. P.s. I Love You. Yeah, it's a good song. I like the lyrics in it anyway. I do like the lyrics. As I write this letter, oh, send my love to you. You know I want you to. It's cool, isn't it? It's nice. It's a nice song. So yeah, some of them I don't really have a lot to say because some of them are samey. P.s. I Love You sounds a bit like Ask Me Why. Please Please Me sounds a little bit more like like Chains perhaps. So they do have very very similar stuff on it. Well, I'd say Chains and Boys are actually probably the most similar two songs as opposed to Please Please Me. Please Please Me is good. God, I'm losing myself in this. Where am I going? All right, Hilary Swank. From the film P.s. I Love You. I think P.s. I Love You is better than Love Me Do. I don't think it's as good as Misery. Misery might pop back up into Banger. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, Hilary Swank alongside Gerard Butler in the film P.s. I Love You. Look at the picture of it for a start. I mean, this isn't relevant in the slightest, but I don't know. I just think this film looks shit, doesn't it? 4 stars. Cosmopolitan gave it 5. The Devil Wears Prada is a good film, though. That's the thing. How many? 4 stars? 7 out of 10. Maybe I'll have to watch it. Rotten Tomatoes give it 25%. I do trust Rotten Tomatoes. Metacritic 39. A romance drama. 2007. Fucking 15 years ago that came out. It's an American romantic drama film. This is unnecessary. Please stop, Jordan. Please get back to business. Baby, it's you. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la. Baby, it's you. That's Burt Bacharach, isn't it? I like Baby It's You, and I think I actually like it about this much. Maybe underneath Please Please Me. Baby, it's you, sha la 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 la. Baby, it's you. Oh, don't leave me alone. Oh, come on home. Yeah, I think the point I thought about this is that out of all these songs so far, how many of them are directed? So the lyrics in general are directed towards the woman, aren't they? And I just thought that's like the theme, isn't it? The theme throughout the whole album is the Beatles just speaking to women in positive and negative ways. How many of the songs? No. Oh wait, I'm reading P.s I Love You here. I'm supposed to be reading Baby It's You. Yeah, there's a Celesta in it that's really cool. I think George Martin added that in. John singing again. Sha la 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 la. Many, many nights go by, I sit alone at home and cry over you. What can I do? Darling, baby, it's you. You should hear what they say about you. Cheat, cheat, la la. I mean, in the original, that sounds a little better. Like, it sounds like it's a naughty word. Cheat, cheat, la la. Cool, isn't it? Shirelles again. So the Beatles really did enjoy the Shirelles. Their version, the original version, written by Burt Bacharach, is actually awful. I actually hate it. Again, she sounds drunk. Oh, she's always drunk singing the songs, and I don't know. Just the recording of it. It sounds like it's been recorded in like a public toilet or something. It doesn't sound like it's been done in a studio. The Shirelles version, and it's just all over the place. Burt Bacharach, so you got sha la 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 la, do 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 do, sha la 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 la, and you got the girl singing, and it's quite pleasant, and then Burt Bacharach comes in and goes sha la 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 for literally no reason other than to be in it. It really doesn't fit, and yeah, just in general, go listen to it. Go listen to Baby It's You by the Shirelles and you'll be like, oh, darn a minute, this is awful. Really doesn't sound very nice at all. But maybe that's because I'm just used to better... Well, no, I'm not. I was going to say I'm used to better quality music because I live in the 2000s. But no, I mean, this version, the Baby It's You by the Beatles, is produced way better. It's a good song, though. I think that, you know, it's nice. It flows really well. And it's a nice drop down from P.s I Love You as well. It kind of keeps following that nice kind of ballady feel. Do you want to know a secret? It's a George's song, isn't it? George wrote this one. It's really short, but it's actually really good. Do you want to know a secret? Yeah, the guitar. I'm trying to bring it back and remember. Do you want to know a secret? Promise not to tell. Whoa, closer. Bum bunga bunga bum. Let me whisper in your ear. Bum bunga bunga bum. Say the words you long to hear. I'm in love with you. Ooh. It's a good little song, isn't it? It's a really short, like punchy, fun song. I think it's one of the better ones, actually, funnily enough. Even though it's so short. Do you want to know a secret? Didn't do it. It's better than Chains, isn't it? And it's better than this. I think it's just under I Love You. And I think what I'll do in this case then is I'm going to pop Misery up here and I'm going to pop Chains back down here. Because, I mean, if that is objectively better than Chains. As is Misery. I think Misery is better than Chains. I like that. I think that. Do you want to know a secret, though? Yeah, it slaps. It does slap, doesn't it? What else did I want to say? There's not much I really wanted to say about it. I'm in love with you. It's just really pleasant. It's really good. The song. And the guitar line is cool. It's one of those riffs that you wish you'd wrote. I mean, there's loads of them. Like I don't know, I'm trying to think. It's the Rolling Stones one that's like bow bow ga 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 dun ga dun dun ga dun dun dun. Is that Jumpin' Jack Flash? No, that's Satisfaction. That one. Jumpin' Jack Flash has a cool line as well. Has a cool guitar line. Jumpin' Jack Flash is a gas. But yeah, it's just one of those like acousticy riffs that you like, it's so simple, and you wish you'd written it. I have one that I have written that I feel like if I hadn't written it, I would have wished that I had. If that makes any sense. So if you listen to my song Charlie and Susanna, it's like doon dooga doon dooga doon dooga doon doon a doo doon doon a doo doon a doon. It's just a proper cute little line. I remember coming up with it, and I was like, that is one of those guitar lines that if I had heard, I would wish that I had done. And I have actually done and not heard. Well, now I've heard because I've done. What a load of nonsense. I might have to cut that bit out. Do you wanna know a secret? La 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 la. It's a good song. Taste of Honey. The taste of honey. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. The Taste of Honey's good, isn't it? I think it's a banger though. I don't think it's kind of out of place on the album. Because what it is, The Taste of Honey, it's not theirs. It's written by who is it written by? Actually, I think I don't think I could actually find the original writer, but it's just like a Broadway standard that's in like a lot of plays. Herb Albert does a really cool version on this album. Look at this album that I found. Herb Albert. And other delights. Yeah, this album's hilarious. Boo-doo, ba-doo. I mean, the album's not hilarious, but the image, the picture of the album. Look at that. Oh, can I get it bigger? Whipped Cream and Other Delights. So Whipped Cream is like the song on it that's like the best song, and then Other Delights, and then all the songs on it are different things, like A Taste of Honey, Whipped Cream, Lemon Tree, Lollipops and Roses. So it's all stuff about tasty food. But I think that was the coolest album cover I've ever seen. Just this like sexy woman covered in cream. It's just proper smart. This is the better version here, but he does a really cool version of the Taste of Honey. So you're listening to the Beatles version, and it's like this slow, kind of cool, jazzy-esque piece of music with the guitar and the drums. And this guy does a really fast brass version, so it's like and it's proper smart. Did really like it. The Taste of Honey. He doesn't actually sing it, but that would have been cool if he did. Lenny Welsh did a version, and that was the one that inspired the Beatles version. And they cover it pretty closely to the original. And it's cool. I think did Paul McCartney sing this one? I think Paul McCartney sings this one. The Taste of Honey. Oh, there are the writers, Bobby Scott and Rick Marlowe. But it's cool. It's a good song, isn't it? The taste of honey, tasting much sweeter than wine. Doo-doo-doo-doo. There's a little bit of to throw a spanner in the works. People aren't expecting a song like the Taste of Honey. And we just chosen Winnie the Pooh. It's just unusual that I chose two Winnie the Pooh. I chose this one before this one. And I mean, I don't know. It makes sense to have Winnie the Pooh on it, but why have it twice? Why have Winnie the Pooh on this twice? There's a Place. God, I'm moving this around far too much. There's a Place is really good. Is this Lennon singing in this one again, I think. So in this case, There's a Place is going to go really up high here. It's going to go here. There's a Place is really good. And it's probably the most introspective song on the album. It's like in the later albums, all their songs are, not all their songs are introspective, but they're all very interesting and different, whereas on this album, there's just a lot of love songs and stuff, but this one's kind of the one where it's a little bit more different. There's a place where I can go when I feel low, when I feel blue, and it's my mind. As you've got the drums follow that in, so you got the singers, you got McCartney, Lennon, and George, and it's my mind. And you got Ringo going, and it's my mind on the drums. Do 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 do. It really just gives it that punch into the chorus. It really works. Harmonica again. Do do do. There's a place. There's a place. And it's really cool. Let's say it's the one, essentially in the song they're just saying, when things get a little bit heavy, when things get a little bit sad, there's a place I can go, and that's in my mind where I can enjoy myself. And it's different to the rest of the album. The rest of the album, I saw her standing there as a girl I want to dance with, and I go to him. This girl's leaving me for another man. What am I to do? This girl's won't let me go out with my friends. Ask me why I love this girl so much. That's what all these songs are. But to have a song away from that, a little bit more introspective, a little bit different, I think it's cool. And we're now on to the last song. This has been a relatively short video by my standards. 51 minutes. 51 minutes we're on. It might be a little bit longer than that actually, but Twist and Shout, it's good, isn't it? It's a good song. Gotta do our final synopsis anyway, but I'm gonna pop it here. I don't think it's like, well, no, it is good, isn't it? It's very recognisable. Yeah, I like that. So Twist and Shout, I mean, it's a cover by, who is the original by actually? The Isley Brothers and the Top Notes. I think I liked the Top Notes version, or did I not like the Top Notes version? One of them was really bad and one of them was really good. I think the Isley Brothers one was good and the Top Notes was really shit. Yeah, that was right, because the Beach Boys producer, whatever his name is, the Wall of Sound guy, produced the Top Notes version, and it's nothing like this. So you've got this, which is like the well-known, come on baby now, do. But the Top Notes version's dead weird. It's like, come on baby now. I don't know, it's just dead strange. It didn't work. And Isley Brothers did a really cool version, like a more soulful version of this. But yeah, I think the Beatles one is probably one of the best versions out there. But I remember watching a documentary. This was ages ago. I watched a documentary on this album, Please Please Me, which I really should have watched again before doing this. But what are you gonna do? But this guy had this massive head on him. So they'd done 13 songs, and they were all kind of, George Martin was like, you know what, we could do with one more. And there was an engineer there, or a producer or something. Someone was around in the studio, this guy, and he was like, oh, why don't you do that Twist and Shout song that you tend to do in the cavern, when you're playing. And they did it, and it was on the album, and it became one of the sort of bigger songs on the album, one of my more popular songs on the album. And the guy on the documentary, he's like 60 or something on the documentary, and he was like, yeah, well, if it wasn't for me that day, the Beatles probably wouldn't have become a sensation. So really, I mean, you've got me to thank. And I was just like, grow up. You're just like holding on to anything, It's like Pete Best or something. Like, yeah, if I wasn't drumming on Love Me Do, perhaps, Beatles might not have made it anyway. Grow up, the pair of you. But he had a massive head on him. He thought he was like, created God or something weird. But yeah, Twist and Shout is good, isn't it? Let's do our final synopsis. As I say, I did say at the start, it's probably going to be a fast one, but it's good to get back in the groove with it. We'll do a more interesting album, I think, next time. Maybe, I don't know, I kind of want to do another Beach Boys one, because that first Beach Boys one has gone mental. 200 views. It's probably over 200 views now. I think it's mainly because I put it on a Facebook page. I put it on a Facebook page that had like a few K followers on it, and it started a discussion, and there was a big argument on it. About my considerations, and then people were arguing as they do on social media, just arguing amongst themselves about stuff. But one of the things that someone said about it was because I'd said on the video, this album, this Pet Sounds, is a move away from their other albums in the past, that may be more of a commodity. And this guy goes, As soon as he disregarded the previous album, I knew this tier list was a pile of shit or something like that. And I was like, whoa, heavy words. But any words are positive, aren't they? Good or bad, as long as people are tuning in and forming opinions based on what I'm saying, I think that's positive. I think that's great. Twist and Shout is great energy, good song, popular song, recognisable, really cool. Well, that's it. We'll do our final synopsis. Sorry if I've bursted through this. It's still an hour-long video. It's still good. There are people who'll do this in 20 minutes flat. This is what I did, is I looked at what other people are doing in terms of tier lists, and I think the thing that maybe gives me either an edge or not, or completely the opposite, is that I try and do these for at least an hour and really delve, do a sort of deep delve in. Whereas, I've watched songs and it's like, Beach Boys album tier list of songs, and it's 12 minutes long, so you're gonna speak about a song for a minute. That's not enough time to form an opinion or talk about anything, really, is it? So my thoughts is that at least if I can spend 5 minutes talking about each thing, at least I've formed an opinion and given my thoughts on something. It's something for you to actually think about and maybe talk to me about. And that's it, yeah. Okay, final synopsis, let's go through. So we got probably still the best song on the album. I'm happy with that. P.s I Love You, I think. No, P.s I Love You's back here somewhere. No, it isn't. That is P.s I Love You. Yeah, I think P.s I Love You's the best original on the album. There's a Place. I'm going to pop it down here behind Please Please Me, because Please Please Me is really good. The Burt Bacharach song, which one's that? The Taste of Honey, Baby It's You, Baby It's You. I'm going to put it above this. I think Baby It's You, again, super recognisable. Do you want to know secret, fun, quick? It's there and then it isn't. But then it always catches you. I like it. I think whenever this song comes on, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I like that one. Misery's great. This fucking picture of Misery Chastain. And then Twist and Shout. Twist and Shout, I'm almost tempted to pop it down into banger. Love Me Do is so low. That's P.s I Love You, so what's this? Ask me why. I'll say I love you, and I'll always be true. Yeah, so P.s I Love You's down here. I'll probably put it above Chains. No, I won't. I'll put it below Chains. I'll just put it below Love Me Do as well. I think this makes sense. And Taste of Honey is a good banger. Whether it's a filler, perhaps, maybe. No, it isn't. It's still good. No, it's a filler. The Taste of Honey is a filler because it doesn't really fit on the album. And Boys is just not a very good song. So I think that makes sense to do that. Tiffany is, when I saw her standing there, I think I can put that probably here above Love Me Do. And then I'm going to pop Twist and Shout down here as the top banger. And I think that's the way to do it. I think that is the way to do that. I think now that I think about it, when you actually look at it all like this, the Taste of Honey doesn't really fit. And the Ringo one, Boys, is just not that good as compared to the other songs. Nothing on here is trash. Maybe even Boys could be trash, but I won't put it down there because it's not. I don't listen to it and go, this is shit. I listen to it and go, I wish it was better. And that'll be that. I've done it. I've done a tier list after 3 long months of not doing one. And I think one of the main things I was worried about is that because I have a housemate, is that I'd have someone listening in and could hear me. But I mean, if that's the case, I was never going to do one ever again, was I? So why get caught up in that? Just fucking do one. So I just got up today and did one. I might just run with it and do some research for another one today, and then maybe try and do one tonight because I've got tomorrow off. It's Saturday today. Yeah, cool. Thanks for tuning in. Tell me what you think in the comments. Tell me if you're glad that I'm back. I'm doing it again. Tell me if I was still doing it right. I mean, I felt like towards the back end of when I was doing it, I was really starting to get my bearings with this. You know, granted, I've not done a cover in this one, I've not done a lyric spotlight on this one, but this was more, it was like a practice run to get back into it, and I thought best do it with the Beatles because you can talk about it. What have we gleaned from it? John Lennon's the leader of the band at this point. He's like the best on the album, isn't he? He just does everything so well. And yeah, it's good. So please like and subscribe. You know, and comment. I'm enjoying hearing from you. You know, I've had a couple of comments over the last few months, even when I've not been doing it, saying, "Oh, I enjoy this, I enjoyed that. What do you think of this?" So that's one thing I really enjoy doing is just talking and having you know, having conversations and debates. So please do get in touch. Cool. All right. Take care. I will speak to you again very soon, hopefully. Bye bye.